Hello and welcome to another episode of Farming Simulator 22 over on Court Farms. Right, we are going to continue now. I know from the farming world, everyone's like, oh, you can't do these jobs in the rain. Long story short, I have one seeding job that I know of right now that has to be done in October. Tell you what, let me just show you the weather and you'll see why we're doing it. Canola. October, okay? And the weather, it's going to rain pretty much till 8 o'clock, but by 8 o'clock tonight in the game, obviously, it would be pitch black and you wouldn't see a thing. You genuinely wouldn't see a thing. So we've kind of had to just be like, okay, we need to we need to at least get that job done before we can really move over into the next month, basically. But that's kind of where we're at the moment. So yeah, that's kind of why we're doing it. There is also something come up in the shop tractor-wise. Pretty good horsepower. Rivals the Renault we've got. Because it's another Renault. Alright, absolutely sneezing again today. Once again, hay fever is still kicking my ass. I was kind of hoping that, like, now September was here, it would kind of back off a little bit and I'd get a little bit more of a break, but that is just not how it's working. Now, the reason why I'm doing this relatively big field today is once we complete this field and we complete the sowing field, we should have enough money to bring in the sheep field. So that's exactly why we're doing this. No other reason than that. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to get this straight into a time lapse because I need to crack on with this episode a little bit. And I'm probably going to bring us back when the seed is most likely run out of seed, because that's most likely going to be the first thing that's going to happen. So we'll get the radio turned on and we'll give it a whirl. that is what I would call standard time lapse done. Now I've got a small problem. I wonder how many people are going to laugh. I've got a feeling that the Renault. No. Thank God for that. My feeling is fine. I genuinely thought I had a feeling I was seeding the wrong crop. That's doing a really good job actually. He's also not using a lot of seed, which is very weird because, yeah, he normally uses a lot of seed. Yeah, he's getting along nicely. I can't say I was paying attention for how like the percentage of that contract was going, you see, and it was just like, is he doing that? Is he doing that? You know what I mean? And yeah, I was just paranoid throughout that entire time lapse that he was doing something else or planting something else, but no, he is actually planting what we need, which is fantastic. Yeah, I know these are a couple of relatively big fields. The reason for that is I just needed a little bit of money in the bank once we bought the field. Now we're only about £1,900 away, call it £2,000 away from buying the sheep field. Obviously, once we buy the sheep field, we actually need a little bit of money to put some sheep in it. Now we are most likely just going to buy babies. We will just get them delivered because we don't have a trailer to move them. So we will just pay to have them delivered. But obviously that's, again, added expense. But we'll see. We'll see what we can afford by the time we've done this. And then we're getting a third tractor. We are going to get a third tractor. But the sheep should give us a little bit of income coming in now. They'll once we get the sheep, we'll start getting wool every day. And, well, we will when we feed them. But we should be... I do believe Cottle Farms is set up for the grazing mod. If it's not, I'll fix that. But it should be. Yeah, this the Leyland's a little bit on the slow side coming up this hill. Done a little bit of work to the Leyland as well over in the XML file now, giving it some different tyre options. Not necessarily like tyre brands, but I've done it so we can have like dual wheels on the back, for example, just because it does need to have. Sometimes the Leyland is it's a really nice tractor to drive, but you just get that little bit of wheel spin, and we added some wide tyres to it. We've added some row crop tyres. Now the row crop tyres for this are a custom XML that I've added in, because in order to use the custom wheels I couldn't put narrow tyres on them, so I basically got the thinnest tyres I could possibly put on those wheels and basically called them row crop tyres. Changed it in the XML, obviously made a copy of the XML, did my tweaks, put the custom one into the mod folder. But it works a little bit differently. But yeah, if I could have put narrow tyres on it, I would have had to have used like default wheels, and it just didn't look right, if that made sense. So it was like, no, I'll tell you what, we'll do it this way. So yeah, I got the thinnest tyres I could possibly get on, and then obviously we've got like defaults, we've got wides, and we now have Trelleborg dual rear wheels, which we will probably get at some point, because especially on this field, when it's raining as well, I have noticed the tractor back wheels do just spin just ever so slightly sometimes, especially going uphill. Now obviously that would cure that problem if we put dualies on the back. It might even cure just putting the wide tyres on, because the wide tyres are quite wide, to be fair. Yeah, but what tyres I could get for the that match the wheels. I didn't want to be changing the wheels, you know what I mean? These are like the Leyland wheels, so let's get that up there. That's me banging my steering wheel in full lock. Yeah, we've nearly done this field, which is a good one. I was expecting to have had the seeding job done a lot quicker than I've managed to nearly do this field. This field is a lot bigger than the seeding one, but I'm very surprised at the fact that it's not got seeded quicker than it has. But it's also been pulled by the Renault, which is probably an issue in itself. It's probably stuck in like second gear, so that's probably what it is. And it's 80% done. Yeah, so am I. I'm 80% done, apart from I'm a hell of a bigger field. But we will definitely have the sheep field very soon. Like I say, if I complete this job or I complete the other job, between the two, it's the sheep and buying the sheep. Or, the sheep field and buying the sheep. So that's the idea on that one. Another £14 in wages. Yeah, it's because we've upped the time. £14 an hour working on a farm. It's a decent. That's a better size wage. Obviously, I know it still takes just as long to do a job, but it's just nice to be paying £14 an hour rather than like £50 an hour. That is going to be right. So we are now 90% done. We are 90% done. We're 10% ahead of the sowing contract. Yeah, we are going to finish this field first. Crazy, absolutely crazy. Didn't plan on being done quite so quickly. Yeah, there's a Renault in the discount store. Now I don't want another one, but it's £9,000. But you gotta admit, it's cheap. It's cheap as chips. And when I say cheap as chips, I mean cheap as French fries to all the Americans. Not your version of chips, which is basically crisps. I thought I best just say that. I've got some Canadians watch. They'll be like, crisps? Well, your version of chips anyway. Yeah, sorry guys, I do keep having the odd little sniffle and cough today and the odd sneeze. I'm so looking forward to winter. I am looking forward to winter. I love winter because what happens is I get in my little living room like I am now. I get door closed, I get computer turned on. The heat from the computer keeps my room warm. I'm that cheap, I don't even put heating on. I do when my kids are home, but if it's just me and the dog at home, dog's got a fur coat, I've got my computer, and I just have it blasting the heat at me. Yeah, I do love the colder weather. I tell you, it's like I've said in previous videos, when it comes to the cold weather, you can kind of control your body temperature a lot easier than you can when it's like a million degrees, because to be honest, that's what it feels like today. It's probably not. I don't think where I live has actually hit the 30s once this year. Not once. Last year it was like 35, 36, 37. I don't think it's been in the 30s once this year where I am, but it doesn't feel any cooler. I live by the coast. It's very muggy and humid, and sometimes that's just worse. This has to be nearly done. This has to be nearly done. There we go. Field 92 is complete, and that is good enough for us. So if we go on to here, once the game saves, where are we looking now? There we go, 3,500. So what we're gonna do now, I need to press the right button. Is all. I need to jump over here, guys, before I bring the tractor back, because otherwise I'm going to end up accidentally buying the wrong field. Now we do need a water tanker. That That's right, I remember now. We need a water tank. That's why we're doing 2 relatively good paying jobs. But I don't play this game for a couple of days and just completely forget where I am. Yeah, we're in this one, we're in that one. So we're in that field there. £29,800. There we go. Oh, we already get, I don't know. Did we get a water trailer? I can't remember if we already got one. But there we go. That's that. We've got 1,029. So let's have a look. What could we buy for that money? We could buy 5 baby sheep. Just 5. So we'll just give that like 10 minutes for the sowing contract to complete. I do love it when it rains. It just cleans the tractor up a little bit. Right, we need to bring this back to the farm. Yeah, my original plan is to not do many contracts far away from the farm anymore. It's just, while we're getting these sheep, we just need to get like that bit of cash injection. Now, if it's £1,000, just call it roughly £1,000 for 5 sheep. If we do that other we should be able to bring in maybe 20 sheep. I think 20 sheep will be a good start. Because we can breed the rest, so it doesn't cost us any money. But I do think 20 sheep is a good number to start with. But it will leave us once again with no money, so we've got to be prepared to... Hang on a minute, we've got to be prepared to do no job. Let me just make sure, have I still got... Fertilising, ploughing, sowing. So that was my last cultivating job of the winter. Or I say the winter, the autumn. Some more might come up, but right now that is it done. I do love the Leyland. None of the traffic gets stuck on the Leyland. He's looking really, really nice. And I love my little yellow hoses. Just gives it a little bit of colour. There we go. Oh, contract on field 120 has just finished. There we go. So if I'm going to get that cash straight in, £4,400. Now the reason why I want to get that cash straight in is there's another contract about 2 fields up from where that is, and we might as well just go get that straight on with a worker. So we're up to £5,600 in the bank. So that's, for me, that's good enough to bring in some sheep. Good enough to bring in the sheep. It's weird. I fixed that. I've literally fixed that flashing sticker, and yet on this map it still flickers. Weird. Very strange. Let's get that over here. Don't want to go up. Car coming. Don't want to go the wrong way. But yep, that is us back on the farm. Now we might be able to go out and get the Leyland doing some kind of sowing contract. We do have a planter. It can plant certain crops. That's the majority of the work I wanted to try and get done. Yeah, we did get a water bowser already, or a tanker. I do remember now, just seeing it. I thought we did. If anyone's watched this channel for long enough, you will know I have goldfish memory. I am literally Dory. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to hook up the Leyland. We'll get the Leyland hooked up. This should give us about 10,000 litres. So what we'll do, we'll get this filled up, we'll get some sheep in, and we'll, while this is filling, I might just go and move the Renault. So the Renault has got, so in 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 6. So yeah, we can go and do a 1, 2, 3 next. So we want linseed, which is that one. Perfect. Looking good. Yeah, two fields up from where we are now. Now we do need the Renault to be doing some ploughing. But I think if we leave the ploughing till like November, December, things like that. I know it's not really the best time of year to plough, but it does give us a chance and does give us something to do over in those winter months as well. Because otherwise we are going to run out of jobs to do. Also, this Renault does not like this seeder. 12 mile an hour flat out. A bit weird. Where is the gate? The gate is here. Field 1, 2, 3. There we go. Beautiful. So we'll get this one on a worker. Headlands 3. Do that. Do that. And you reckon you're going to take... It normally tells you... there you go. 26 minutes real life. So there we go. So we've got 10,000 litres of water right now. Let's go and get this put into the sheep. Yeah, I just realised we don't have anything to feed the sheep. We don't have anything to feed the sheep. That's if the grazing mod doesn't work, by the way. I'm just trying to cover myself in case the grazing mod doesn't work. It should do. So let's get that into there. Tell you what, actually. Let me get these sheep ordered before that goes over the time. 20 sheep, there we go. It's left me with £56 in the bank. That's a lot less money than I thought. Now if the grazing mod works, it does work. Ha ha ha. They've already eaten a large quantity of food. Okay, why isn't the You do need water, don't you? Yeah, you need water. You got 10,000 litres. Why isn't the water working? There we go. Just slightly in the wrong place. There we go. There we go. So these should start making us some wool now. Let's just have a little walk down here. Yeah, it's left a little bit of grass on the outside, but it has taken it all the way down to there. So that's actually not too bad. Yeah, that's not too bad. It's taking them joy. I might get in here with the mower at some point and get like this extra bit of grass here. But there we go. We now have a little bit of an income coming in. That's the main thing. How's that? Wow, that takes a lot of water. Right, that'll probably be something I maybe just fill up off recording. Getting water's, you know, it's one of them things. I will leave the tanker here because otherwise I will forget. And then next episode I'll be like, why have I got no water in here? And then I'll be like, oh yeah. Alright, so contracts, sowing. We have got linseed, rye, wheat, barley. Oh, I've got nothing I can do, so I can't do the fertilizing contracts because I don't have any fertilizer and I can't afford any fertilizer. Oh, hello. 58, 72, 94. Are any of those fields near us? 58. 58 is there. 72. Nope. 17, 19. Nope. So none of those are. 18. Field 18. That's got to be nearby, isn't it? Field 18. I know where 18 is. Right. So right now, the best thing I can do is possibly go and do a cultivating contract. Now I know once again, I want to go and do the fertilizing contracts, but I can't because I need to buy the fertilizer. That's the biggest. That's the biggest thing with that. But we do have. Some sheep. That was the main aim today, was to buy some sheep. Now I know those are not going to breed anytime soon. I know that. But we have to get the sheep, but they can grow over winter. As we do more contracts, we might buy some adults. But I think just for now, overall, that is a perfect place, really, to kind of end this episode. I think it's... yeah, it just means it's not going to be a massively... Sorry about that jump cut, guys. I just had someone knock on my door. Sunday morning and someone's knocking on my door. Yeah, delivery man. So yeah, and there's me saying, oh, I might just, I might call it quits there. But no, I need money in the bank, guys. I desperately need money in the bank. It's getting dark. I don't want to be in October in the next month. Well, I won't be in October in the next month, but I do need to just try and get a little bit of money in the bank. That's my main goal right now. So what I'm probably going to do, I'm just going to probably start doing a little bit of cultivating. Now I know people are going to go, oh yeah, but you're cultivating again. For me, it's free money. It's one of the easiest jobs to do. If we go out and seed, we have to buy seed. Can't buy seed right now. Do you know what I mean? So ploughing, seeding, things like that. They're all just ways of helping us make some money, basically. But yeah, I just had a delivery man knock on my door, so it's just kind of put me off a little bit. But yeah, we can't not cultivate this field. It doesn't cost us anything but a bit of diesel to cultivate. It would be nice to try and pick up another cultivator at some point. Now, originally I said we're not allowed to sell the Leyland, but I've got to be honest with you. The Leyland has its uses, but if we buy a bigger cultivator, although then again it can always seed at 4 meters. Now we'll stick to our original plan of keeping the Leyland. Like I say, I've still got some bits I'd like to do to this. But I'm currently working on another Ford mod at the moment. I'm having indicator issues, as in my indicators don't flash, and no matter what I do, the indicators just won't flash. They just won't. It's crazy. They just won't flash. Absolutely crazy how it's treating me at the moment. Is this Ford mod that I'm working on? It's a really old mod. It's like I think the sticker says it's like a 6610, but it hasn't got a roof on it. It's like a old style one. I don't know if it's a realistic one. It was just on King's Mod, and I get bored and I just fix up mods, basically. That's exactly what I do. Helps pass the time when I've got a little bit of time. Sometimes like the kids can be going mental and things like that, but it's one of them things where you can't interfere with it every time, if that makes sense. You kind of have to sometimes just let them do what they're doing. And yeah, I just put my headset on, I put Spotify on, and I just start basically going around fixing broken mods, basically. And those are the ones you can find over in the Discord as well, guys. Any mod that you'll find in my Discord, I don't take credit for. They're just mods from King's Mod that I've downloaded and basically repaired. Nothing more, nothing less. It's just a way for me to pass the time sometimes. But I will share the repaired versions in my Discord, because if I've gone to the hassle of repairing them, yeah, why not? And I'd like to think no one's going to have an issue with me putting it in my Discord. It's not like I'm re-uploading them to King's Mod, do you know what I mean? But I'd like to think no one's going to ever have an issue with that. If they are, my argument will be is, well, why did you release a mod that was broken? Especially the Ford tractors. The Ford tractors, they look perfect in the games, the Ford tractors, but they are so badly broken. So many errors, so many warnings, so much stuff on them just doesn't work when you get down to the nitty gritty. And like I say, I'm not a mod expert. I couldn't make a mod from scratch, but when you've got a log that tells you what's wrong, it's not hard to fix, because it basically tells you what to fix while you're at it. Which I've always really liked that about the game. But yeah, as you can see, we've got this tiny little, I say it's a tiny little field. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish this on recorded though. That's going to be the downside. I'm kind of waiting to run out of money and the sowing contract, because that's another thing. I've got a sowing contract to do right over the road from our current one that we're currently sowing now. But if we run out of money, I can't pay the worker. If I can't pay the worker, he's not going to sow any contracts. And I'd like to get him still doing, you know, the Renault is going to be doing field 126 in the next episode, I think. He's going to be doing 126 in the next episode. That's pretty much guaranteed. So that's going to be where he's working, which is literally over the road from where we are. Well, where he is right now. So we don't have to really do out. Well, all I've got to do is move the Kubota up there when he runs out of seed, basically. But even then, we are running out of seed. Hence why I'm currently doing field 18. Field 18 is going to be a couple of £1,000 in the bank, and apart from some diesel, it doesn't cost us a penny. It costs us what, maybe 30 quid in diesel to make £2,000 or £3,000. Easy money. Simple as that. Easy money. That is the whole reason we're currently cultivating this field. So that's 2 headlands done. That's not too bad, actually. Shout out as well to, I've got to try and remember everyone's names here. Dragon Lady, Daniel, Richard, Dancer, for subscribing as well via Patreon, guys, this month. I do massively appreciate the support. There we go. I did tell you that was going to run out at some point. I didn't expect it to be quite so soon. Let's run up there now quickly, get the get this finished. We've got 600 litres of seed left. That is it. That is all we have left. So we need money for seed as well. We need seed, we need fertilizer. I think we've got a little bit of that's the brakes, by the way, guys. The the Kubota does not like braking with the Ifor Williams trailer over on the back. Right, let's get up there then. Let's get pulled alongside here. But yeah, 637 litres of seed. It's not a lot. It's really not. Yeah, I think I'm just going to finish these off recording, guys, because all I'm going to do is basically cultivate that field, and then I'm basically just going to have this field finish as well. Wow, this is I'm not messing around. We'll just hello. There we go. Right, so that didn't give us a full tank. I didn't think it would. But I, to be honest with you, I knew it wouldn't give us a full tank. That, for some reason, never wants to stay strapped down a lot. Very weird. But yeah, I think the easiest thing is just to let that guy go there. We'll leave that there. I'm going to leave him in the field because he's not going to be in the way there. But he is going to need to go to the shop at some point. So yeah, off recording, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly finish this field up. Let that sowing contract finish. Just so that in the next episode we're kind of in a position to be in November basically, because it's starting to get dark as well, which is the reason why I've lowered the time, just so that we weren't working in the dark and you guys could actually see what I'm doing. But I have run out of time for this episode, so guys, I do genuinely hope you have enjoyed this episode. If you remember, 50 likes on every video. 50 likes and 500 views is kind of my little goal. It's a goal to try and get with a server company. That's one of the reasons why it's a little goal for me at the moment. And then obviously, if we get something, or we get a cheap server, or we get a server or something, you know what I mean, we might be able to do like a multiplayer series, who knows. But yeah, that's the reason why. So if you watch this video, hit the thumbs up button, hit the like button, and thank you so much for watching this episode, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye for now.